Okay, so I feel like every diehard Superman fan has this one hill that they're always willing to die on. There's one stance that they are always ready for the fight for. Whether it's Trunks on the outside or not, whether it's truth, justice, and the American way versus for a better tomorrow, I feel like we all have this one opinion that we just will not let go of. And whatever yours is, I would very much be curious to hear what it is. So let me know down in the comments and we can start a dialogue about that one. But mine is a very unpopular one, especially because it's a Superman opinion. And this would be unpopular just for comic book fans, period. But specifically Superman, because Superman fans tend to be very stuck in whatever version of Superman they fell in love with and very resistant to change outside of what their Superman is. But nonetheless, my opinion is that Superman should not be with Lois anymore. Let go of Lois Lane and pick up Diana Prince. Superman should be with Wonder Woman. And I got about 5 reasons why I think DC should move away from Lois and Clark and towards Clark and Diana. So let me get it out and then you can rip me to shreds. YouTube suggests that I should build up to like the most satisfying reason or the one I'm most passionate about to draw out your attention span, but I can't do it. The first reason, I'm gonna get it out the way, is the one I'm most passionate about and the one I feel the most strongly about. And that's that usually when Lois Lane is depicted, she is used as Clark's connection to his humanity. She is what grounds him and what keeps him grounded in his humanity. And when that connection is lost, then we get stories like Injustice, or we get characters like Superman Beyond. And this just never sat right with me. I've never liked it because Clark is a grown man when he meets Lois. He's already Superman. He's already become this person. His morals are already set. His outlook on life is already set. He grew up with these human parents, immersed in humanity. His views about humanity are already well defined before he meets Lois. So if we were saying this about Martian Manhunter or about Supergirl even, that would make more sense because they look at this world as an alien.
I want to know everything there is to know about being an Earth girl.
But Clark does not. Even Batman said it. Batman said it best, that one of the major reasons that he finds Clark to be so trustworthy despite all these amazing abilities he has is because Clark sees himself as a part of humanity and just happened to having all these amazing abilities, but he sees himself as a member of the human race. So to anchor his whole connection to humanity on one person, specifically Lois, is to me a disservice of all of the character development that comes before he met her, and a disservice to Superman as a whole. Now, I love Injustice and I love Superman Beyond. I love these characters or these different takes on Superman. I just don't like the fact that Lois is this one very fragile tether to everything we know that is Superman. That just never, I just don't like it. And my second point is a little bit more standard, it's a little bit more obvious, and it's just the relationship dynamics. Because Clark and Diana are from 2 totally separate worlds, literally. And they view humanity through vastly different perspectives. And so having them be in a relationship together and having them have to navigate those differences of viewpoints and perspectives makes for interesting character dynamics and interesting storytelling. And doing that kind of illustrates how people can be different and still be compatible, which blends very seamlessly into my third point, which is new storylines. In the New 52 run of Superman Wonder Woman, where they are in a relationship in the comic book, you get to see how fun and interesting it is to have these heroes kind of mix and match and explore the different areas of the DC universe that they don't normally occupy. I mean, seeing Superman face down a Greek god, then get blasted by his sun rays just to get up and be like, oh, you must not have heard about me. It's just a cool thing to experience. And then to have them in the same issue hop over and together fight General Zod and Feora. These are just things that I just want to see more of. These are the type of connective tissues to show that this is all the same universe, and we don't get to see this mix and match that often, especially in such an intimate type of scenario. I just like it. It was fun. I want more of it. And wanting more of it and the differences of it bleeds into my next point, which is it breaks the monotony of this type of storytelling dynamic, because we as an audience love putting a very remarkable person, pairing them with a normal person, and watch them try to figure out how to be normal. And it's not just in comics. I mean, how many TV shows has a person with a special ability, pairs them with a down-to-earth person, which is usually a cop, and they go through shenanigans together to solve crimes? We love it, we eat it up, but it starts to get stale, it starts to get repetitive after a while, and doing something like this just shakes that up a bit and gives us a new taste, a new flavor, and a new road to go down. And lastly, I think it would be more interesting to see Superman as a parent married to Wonder Woman instead of Lois. And let me start by saying I love John Kent. John Kent, especially 11-year-old John Kent, it was great. I love watching him. I love reading him. The things they did with him, great. But when we saw Superman and Lois have a child and start to raise a son, we got to watch, which was still very interesting, but we got to watch Superman try and recreate the conditions that he grew up in, because this is the only way he knows how to raise a half Kryptonian child, is the way he was raised, because he's the only Kryptonian child to be raised on Earth. So that's the model he tries to lay over on top of John's upbringing. And we see how he has to kind of adapt his approach from how he was raised to raising John. And that's very interesting. I love it. No complaints about how it was executed. I just think it was a missed opportunity, because it would be more complex and more engaging and interesting to watch him and Wonder Woman try and raise a child together, because they wouldn't be able to go to the farm and raise it, because you have these two kind of dominant personalities and these two dominant cultures that have to coexist inside and along with a regular human existence. So you have the Amazon heritage, the Kryptonian heritage, living in a modern Earth society, and play superpowers on top of that. To me, that's just so much story potential that I would have liked to see, and I think would be storytelling gold. That's it. That's my unpopular opinion. I think Lois should be out and Diana should be in. And you know what? I'll argue this point till the end of time. I'll argue this point until Superman fixes the sun. So let me know down in the comments how crazy I am, how wrong I am. We can get into it. The debate is part of the fun. That's why we're fans, to debate this till the end of time. I'm ready for it. Let's go, and I'll catch you guys next time.